Thank you for Patreon now for donating to the Patreon.
Hey guys, Vanity, I'm back in Carfight Vanguard as on the Vanity weekly review. So because you're like, comment, subscribe, and subscribe. This time we are covering more reveals. This time starting off with DZ Set 2, so we have more DZ Set 2 reveals, which is nice. And we also have the reveals of the Stride deck set crest and the upgraded strides. I actually can't wait to see Revengers just to see what chaos that unleashes. So let's go into the start show and see what we got. So first up we have just me going over from what happened the last Ezel on the Vanity because it got released right after I ended the video and I didn't feel like going back to record it even though I hadn't really started uploading it yet. So I'm just going to go ahead and quick overview of this stride. Maiden, Lily, Musketeer, Captain, Virginal, Cecilia. So the grade 4 triple drive standard 15k, the standard stride step, you discard cards grade 3 or greater. Act G zone if you have a grade 3 or greater, if you have a grade 3 Vanguard with White Lily, Musketeer, Cecilia with limit break ability, and you not get an imaginary gift that game. Choose one or more cards from your hand with the sum of their grades being grade 3 or greater, discard them, and stride this card from your G zone face down as a Vanguard. And then by flipping over any Musketeer stride, so it could be herself, it could be the one that I think was released like right before her, who I think had like a Soul Blast skill, or it could be the other Cecilia stride, because I think there were 2 Cecilia strides. You can get 2 imaginary gift forces, and you can get a White Lily Musketeer Cecilia crest. And then Act Vanguard Circle. I think this ability is the same as the OG Cecilia, because all of the other ones that were like re-strides always got the exact same second skill, but I don't really know for sure. Anyways, Act Vanguard Circle once per turn by combosting 1, turn up over a card with the same card name as the unit from your G zone face up, same card name as this unit from your G zone face up. Choose up to 5 of your rear guards, retire them. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck. Choose up to the same number of cards with Musketeer and their card names and the number of units retired by this effect. Call them to rear guard circle and they get plus 2,000 power to the turn for each face-up card in your G zone with Musketeer and his card name. Shuffle the deck. All around, Virginal Cecilia, the new stride, is actually so much better just by simply existing, because here's why. Yes, you have to run the OG limit breaker, but in exchange you get a crest which makes her a 13k base, you get 2 free force markers, and on top of this, first stride turn, if you have 1 CB, you are guaranteed 3 GB. You're guaranteed GB3. So for those of you that are like me and like to spam the GB8 out 24/7, you can just do it on your next turn. If you have 2 heals, you automatically can just use 2 flip G guards and you can automatically do GB8. So this is already good. Then we have our DZs at 2 reveals. Steam Skara Shiradan, grade 3 10% 13k base. Auto form a rear guard circle. At the start of your battle phase, energy boss 4, choose a grade 1 or lower norm unit from your soul. Call it to back row rear guard circle, same column as it. I did not expect to see an EB4 on a rear guard, or at least not on a rear guard that was kind of shitty, because man, there are so many other options for superior calling, some that don't suck. Like, this is not... Actually, no, it is bad. If you run this, it's a budget 2 of, unless, like, the entire deck somehow revolves around it, which I would love to see a build revolve around this card. Then we have a card which I am slowly waiting for to see this thing be useful. Divine Sister Bayonne, grade 3, 10% 13k base. Auto when placed on rear guard from deck, it gets plus 15k for the turn. Okay. It's useful in Solarium because, or like any of like the decks that superior call from deck because, you know, 28k base, the turn it's called. What I mean by useful is I mean they give us a Divine Sister deck. Listen, Bushy proved that they listen and will give budget decks. Here's my argument. They gave us Android, they gave us a Scrya. Please, Bushy, I beg of you. You've proven that you listen. Please, I beg of you, give us Divine Sisters. I will stop talking about this once we get a Divine Sister grade 3. I don't care if it's just the grade 3. I don't care if it sucks. I just want a Divine Sister grade 3. That's a Vanguard skill. Hell, it can be the equivalent to like the random Eugene card that was like on place Vanguard or rear guard, CB2, kill a column. If we get the equivalent to that, but for Keter Sanctuary and it's a Divine Sister, I will accept that and I'll be happy for the rest of my life. Give us a Divine Sister, Bushy, please, I beg of you. 4 of Beyond if they ever actually do that, and I will laugh my ass off if they do. Then we have a card I really have to go look up the origin of, and that is Sarvaso Mo Bikuri Deka Sugi Dekakun. I'm not even going to try to figure out what any of that means. So grade 2 number, sorry, 13k, 18k base. I know this is not what this is, but for some reason all I can see from this is Steven Universe. I don't know why. That's the only thing I see here. I know that's not Steven Universe. It's just the only thing I can see. Contains Vanguard or rear guard. This unit cannot attack. Weirdly enough, the same day this card was revealed, I was just thinking of, actually the same moment I even opened it on Discord, I was thinking about Brutal Jack for some reason, and lo and behold, Brutal Jack's original skill can attack. And then Act Vanguard or rear guard, Soul Boss 1, and this unit loses all of its original continuous abilities until the end of the turn. It, aka, becomes able to attack. And again, it loses its original ability, so if you give it new continuous continuous abilities, those won't be affected by this because it's original only. And then Auto Vanguard, when it attacks Energy Blast 3, it gets a crit for the battle, then you can Counter Blast 1 and give it a drive for the battle. All around pretty solid. I do love how it has 2 separate costs for the skills. This is the weirdest promo I have ever seen in my entire life, and you know, if they just gave this to a Divine Sister grade 3, like if this was a Divine Sister, I would have been so happy, because this is actually a relatively decent Vanguard skill. Hell, even if they nerfed this down to 13k, I would have been happy. Come on, Bushy, you were so close to giving us a budget grade 3, and I would shut up about this forever, but it's cool, I guess. And we have our Jewel Knight reveal. So we have leading Jewel Knight Salome. So she's the same as always, but for those of you that don't know what Jewel Knight Salome does or don't remember what she does, she was a grade 3 twin drive 10k base. I don't know why I always thought the fact that she had a break ride. I think that may have Ashley was the one with the break ride. So her skills: Auto Vanguard Circle, Limit Break 4, active when you have 4 more damage. When this unit attacks into anything, if you have a number, if the number of rear guards you have with Jewel Knight and their card names is 4 or more, she'll get plus 2,000 power and a crit for the battle. The easiest extra crit to Vanguard ever, but she's only 12k, but that's where your combo turn with break rides for. And then active Vanguard Circle, not a once per turn, a special counter blast. God, I miss saying that. AKA you counter blast cards of very specific typing. In fact, I actually never realized that's what that meant when they said a special counter blast in the anime. I always thought they were just trying to sound cool because it was for a skill. I never actually realized that the special counter blast was because it like specified units. Anyways, counter blast 2 cards with Jewel Knights in their card name subject to 1 Jewel Knight card called to rear guard circle shuffle deck. Not a once per turn. However, that CB can be very hefty if it was I mean, that was not a once per turn, but that's what this is for, but we'll go over that in a second. But either way, cool skill. Then we have our new stride, Climax Jewel Knight Evangeline, or Climax Jewel Knight Lord Evangeline, and also not new stride skill. Grade 4 triple drive 50k base, standard stride skill, and then the exact same as Virginal Cecilia, except with leading Jewel Knight Salome in place of White Lily Musketeer Cecilia, aka Act G Zone if you have the specified Vanguard limit break and you do not get gifts that game. Ditch a grade 3 or greater, from your hand. Stride it, flip a Jewel Knight stride, get 2 force gifts, and get a Salome crest. I think there's only 2 Jewel Knight strides, so this one's less as useful. And then act Vanguard Circle once per turn. Choose a face down card from your G zone. Turn it face up. If you have a hard card with Jewel Knight in its card name, and you have 3 or more rear guards with Jewel Knight in their card names, all your units with Jewel Knight in their card names get plus 3,000 power. For each face, a copy of this in your G zone. Okay, the fact that first stride turn you can give plus 6k to your entire board. Granted, that doesn't sound broken, but that's still a good chunk. And you, again, GB3, first stride turn. I'm just making a point clear. But then second stride turn, because it doesn't have to flip itself, you got a full 9 to front row. Cool. And then we have our leading Jewel Knight Salome crest. Continues if you have a leading Jewel Knight Salome with a limit break 4 ability as your Vanguard, or as your heart specifically. The Climax Jewel Knight Lord Evangeline on your Vanguard circle gets all the original abilities of the heart, and when the first time you pay counterblast for that turn, it's reduced by 2. So it doesn't matter if it is specifically the ability it got. So it won't matter if it's for like other rear guards, like say for example you call Blaster Blade, it's not going to reduce that CB. It's only going to reduce the CB that Evangeline got from Salome. So pretty much free the first time, superior call anything you want from your deck. Like, that ability won't lead to anything stupid, so cool. And then continuous, the original power of your grade 3 cards with limit break 4 become 13k, including hard cards. That's important because any of you that want to run break rides in your deck because, you want to run Ashley, you can. So that's an option. And then continues your Vanguard's limit break abilities activate even if you're not at 4 damage, which is so fun when you're giving 6k to your board at GB3 and the Vanguard swings for God knows what with double crit. Hell yeah. Just good card, I guess. The crest is actually really solid. I actually like Jewel Knights. I might pick up Jewel Knights again just because it's really fun with these ideas and these new cards. I move on to our DZ's 2 reveals again. Iridescent Jet Talia, so grade 2 inside 5k shield, 10k base. Auto placed on rear guard circle other than by a card unit's ability. Soul Blast 1, other by a unit card's ability. Soul Blast 1, your opponent chooses one of the rear guards, bounces it to their hand. If they return a card, they must bot deck a hand card. So cool. Pretty much screw their rear guard. They're forced to bot deck something, which is a new way to remove cards, I guess. So it's not horrible. I'm kind of interested by this one. So 3 of or 4 of. It also, for some reason, look at this, made me wonder for a second, like, how are Bushy gonna do Lyrical Monastery reveals from now on? Like, are they still gonna get their exclusive set every few months, meaning Lyrical Monasterio guaranteed now get more cards than everyone else? Because the reason why they were always once at a time is because, they were waiting for everyone else to get the same amount of support they were. So now are they just gonna get more support overall, or are we just gonna pretend like that doesn't exist because they're now part of the main set? I'm just curious. Either way, 3 or 4 Tila. And then we have Knight of Patience Lewis. Of course, he's a knight with a sword, and I love him, and of course his skill is crap. Grade 2 instead 5k shield, 10k base, auto rear guard when this attack hits anything. Energy blast 3 to 1 order from your drops and add it to your hand. Okay. His skill's not bad, but the fact that A, he has to hit means A, you're not using that order that turn, and then B, he's energy blast 3. There are cards that bounce orders from drop and bind, and for those of you that are like, there's none that can get them into, or that none of them that bounce from drop, and I'm pretty sure there are some that bounce from drop, you can bind them, and then there are cards that get them back into your hand. So what I'm trying to say here is Lewis is bad. As much as I love his name and I think he looks cool, I'm never going to use him. His skill might be fine in some ways or shape or form, but energy blast 3 and an on hit, it's 2 over 3 if you actually choose to run him. And now we have another Divine Sister, and you have no idea how much my face lit up when I saw that it was a Divine Sister, and how I thought for a second we were actually legit getting a Divine Sister deck, since I recorded the first half of this video a few hours before we got this card. However, sadly, my smile immediately faded away when I saw the word Sarvassal in this card text. So sadly, we don't have one yet, but it gave me an idea, and I have to go check the fandom later. But first up, we have Divine Sister Sorbet. Grade 1 boost, 5k shield, 8k base, auto rear guard. At the end of this unit boosted, if it was placed on your rear guard by the Vanguard's ability this turn, retire it, choose a grade 3 or greater serve also from your solar drop zone, put it to bottom of the deck, choose one of your rear guards, and I guess it was 10k power for that turn. All around, pretty solid. The only downside is it has to be placed by the Vanguard's ability. I don't know if that would count for Swift Helm, because Swift Helm enters the soul at the same time that it's on Rotopon skills. If you don't know what Swift Helm does, Superior, call a card from your hand, draw a card. I don't know if that would count towards it, because if it is, then this is giving you if it doesn't, then this is giving you reasons to call boosters to back row with Sarvassal instead of, just for attacking your opponent and just spamming Resurgent Dragon over and over again. It's not that it's a bad grade 1, because it also prevents you from decking out. It's just that it specifically being required to be placed by the Vanguard ability, like not just being placed by abilities in general, to where stuff like Career Break could affect it, specifically the Vanguard. I don't know. And now I don't know how to feel about this card. All I know is I'm just waiting to see a Divine Sister grade 3 and I will be satisfied. So 3 over 4. Who knows? Maybe I'll start Doom posting, or not Doom posting. Maybe I'll just start doing like those postings everyone does, like day 1 of asking Bushy for a Divine Sister remain grade 3. And maybe I'll start doing that. Maybe they'll listen. Who knows? Maybe just maybe. I'll think about it. So for the final reviews for today, we're just gonna do at the start of the next episode for Ezel and the Vanities, simply because I've really been camping Discord for 10 minutes and they have not given a single review, which normally wouldn't be a problem, except the fact that it's 20 minutes past the stream ending, so Discord's not doing its job essentially. So I'm gonna just do the reviews at the start of the next episode. All I'm gonna say is obviously Revenger Wrapped Dragon is going to be probably the exact same as Cecilia and Evangeline respectively, where it makes 2 force markers and its skill is still the same, but on top of that, the crest, the reason why I'm not doing like the actual card reveals is because I couldn't get the crest to translate properly. I did actually try. The crest was something about retiring rear guards. I'm assuming it was like the cost may be paid just by retiring 3 rear guards instead of doing the entire BS. I don't know, I couldn't make sense of it, so because Google Translate doesn't understand card text apparently. So without further ado, I'm going this one here. I'm just holding it over this so you guys can see what's going to happen next week. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't like, comment, subscribe, and switch. And in the next one we will cover, the next episode of Vanity anyways, we will cover the reveal of Raging Wrapped Dragon and probably these stuff too. So I'll see you all then, and yeah, don't forget to set up your Vanguards.